For this first video of this channel, I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of the house that we plan to build and some of the ideas and things that we have done to get to this point. First off, this house will be what is called a barndominium, and the most traditional term for that is it's actually going to be a steel structure that has a traditional house inside it. Steel structure similar to what you would see for many people with outbuildings or secondary garages on their homes and things like that. Several of the advantages of doing this are a bit lower cost and a bit more flexibility with the interior. So without getting too much more into that at this time, I'll give you a little bit of an idea of what we've got planned here. So we're starting off by looking through these two, the guest bedrooms over on the left side of the home, and they're basically just mirrors of each other with a nice bathroom in between. Not really anything special to see over here, just some decent sized bedrooms. These are rendered with queen-size beds inside there to give you a bit of an idea of the scale. And it's a good-sized bathroom in there, double vanities. We will not be looking at that yet today. So we're moving into the kitchen area, which we have set up kind of cool. Obviously, the bright colors may or may not stay. And the tool chest in the island is something I was looking at, but haven't really decided on what we're going to do with that, but it's in there for visual. We've got a nice big pantry planned here with a big storage chest and chest freezer. And the idea with the chest freezer is that we are actually not going to have a traditional freezer in the kitchen. What you saw there was just a big refrigerator. So this is passing through the living room, nice big TV on the wall, and you can see a really good shot of some of the exposed steel beams that we're looking to get with the Barndominium style build. We're now moving into the master bedroom here. Again, a nice good sized bedroom. It's actually quite a bit larger than what we really feel like we want or need, but just the way the plans came together and what we were looking to do, it kind of just necessitated that additional square footage here in the bedroom. And you'll see why here in just a second as we move into the closet and the master bathroom. So the closet is not really anything too special to look at. It's just a nice good size, about 12.5 feet by 12.5 feet. Obviously nothing decorated in there. And then the bathroom is just a little bit larger. It's about 12 by 13. So we've got the dual vanities. We have a small room for the toilet. And then we have this really nice shower and tub combination off to the other side, running this whole wall here with the nice glass partition between the one vanity and the shower head. So moving on, we're going to head back into the living room, and you'll see that as we pass here, there's a door here that we intend to make as not visible as possible. May or may not be a hidden door, but that's not really the plan. Just that will give us access to under the stairs that will allow us to put all of the audio video equipment and everything else pretty much for the whole house in that space. Now the camera view here is to give you an idea of kind of the view you'll get as sitting on the couch from right here, and a nice big TV. I'm not actually sure what size that TV would be based on the scale here, but it was a good size. Probably not going to end up with one that big anyway. Now moving up to the loft area, and another really good shot of some of the exposed steel beam work that we are looking to get with this design. And this space is pretty much just a free-for-all. We can do whatever we want up here. We're not planning on doing any major architectural features or anything, although my fiance and I are really starting to like the idea of the air hockey table up here, so that may or may not end up happening. We're just really excited about having a nice big open space to do, whatever we want up there with it. Again, flying past this visible steel beam, and the ceiling in here we're hoping to do with kind of that traditional ribbed aluminum that you see on a lot of older barns and stuff. Just kind of give it that cool look. So now this gives you a really good overview of the whole great room, flying over the living room space, looking down at the kitchen, nice big island that we have planned. The island is actually planned to be stainless steel countertops, and same with this back wall here, but I'm not sure. Again, that's kind of where we're at for now on that, and we're going to be going from there. So now we are out to the patio, and the patio on this side of the house is really more for eating and for entertaining on that kind of level. We've got the barbecue out here. We've got a lot of open space. This is nice and private back here. The piece of property that we're on is about 2.5 acres, and you can actually see all of the saguaros that I have placed around the property are pretty close to where they should be in real life for us. We have basically, when we had the site survey done on the property, we had them mark the locations of all of the saguaros, and I've kind of freehand moved those over to this rendering. So you can also see the countertop that comes out here should be a continuous countertop into the kitchen, and that window will swing upwards and open so that it's one smooth countertop all the way through. Kind of a neat idea that we're really looking forward to seeing. Then we'll come back inside, move down through the kitchen. I kind of made this video with a lot of the idea of how you would actually walk through the house to get a bit of that feel for moving through the spaces. This hallway is kind of cool because the ceiling stays high within the hallway, and then the ceiling drops for this space in the laundry room. The laundry room is pretty standard. It's a decent size, but the only really cool thing is, as you can see, we have a space for a dog wash. That's a 5-foot basin there, and should be plenty of room to do whatever we need for washing a dog. Now we're moving out to the really good part here. The part that the whole reason of building this is the big garage. It is scheduled to be a 50-foot by 100-foot garage, and we've got the big ass fan hanging from the ceiling, and just a lot of space. I confess, do not own nearly that many toolboxes, certainly not snap-on toolboxes, but it's a great representation of kind of how we want to lay out the space. We actually do own quite a few vehicles, and there's a lot of room to park all of them. There's also, at this end, it's a pass-through for the trailer that I currently have, represented by that box trailer, and there's plenty of room in here that if we get a big fifth wheel or something like that in the future, we could always park it inside, which is a really nice thing to be able to do. So you can kind of see as we were moving through here that it's actually 3 different buildings. This building that we're in now is the back building, as we're calling it, and then you can see that level over there in the garage where it looks like there's a second story. There's actually nothing there currently scheduled, but we are hoping to put in a mezzanine up there that will match up with the loft in the main house. We are designing for it, but we're not sure if it's actually going to get put in. Again, that's kind of a budget constraint at the moment. Just trying to decide where we're going to be with that. We do have this wall where it meets with the house. I have a water heater placed there, but that's where we're going to put all of our utilities and all of that sort of stuff. I also have that nice big slop sink here in the garage, which you can see right here. And I've just always wanted one of those for my garage space. So we are now moving back out, just kind of a quick fly across of this patio, and you can see we've got this nice long roof coming down off of, I guess, the roof, and that's scheduled at 15 feet of overhang. We will see. We're still working with the steel building contractor on whether or not we're going to need some posts to support that, but we're hoping to get away with leaving it as this just wide open feel. So this space right here is kind of going to end up as our overall backyard space. You can see, actually right now we're flying up to, this will be a bit of the side yard. Those are the windows for the bedrooms and a nice big window in that bathroom that we didn't get a chance to see. So this whole space here is just going to be kind of open backyard. Haven't really decided what we're going to do. I'm not a huge fan of grass or any of that kind of stuff. A big push for me of moving out to a remote kind of desert type location is the very low maintenance of desert landscape and of just leaving the desert raw. It's raw land currently, and it's working just fine. So looking at the large garage here, you can see there's a different color on the top edge of the building, and that's because those are scheduled to be transparent fiberglass panels. If you've ever spent any time in a large garage or warehouse type space, they're pretty common. They let a lot of natural light in without compromising the seal of the building, and really lets you just see everything that without having to turn lights on, which is a big plus in such a large space. So from that angle, it also gives you a really good shot. You can see the three different buildings as represented at the three different roofs, and you can see also the design decision to go with single pitch roofs everywhere. Really gives it that kind of modern feel, and just kind of something that I wanted to go for. So now we're coming around to, I guess, what you would call the service side of the house. This is where we have the large garage door access to the back end of the garage, and good sized turnaround area, and just overall open space that's available for turning trailers around, or whatever we want to do, ride bikes, anything. Just a big open, that'll be cleared space, probably with gravel, and just leave it to be. So you can see this, what we're calling the front section of the garage. It's actually a texture that is like a hardwood texture from whatever for this program, but the ultimate final look we'll use what's called Corten steel. And what that is it's a raw steel product that's designed to rust. You've probably seen it on plenty of buildings and other architectural designs these days. It's fairly common, but it gives it that nice natural rusted brownish orange kind of texture. Then as we move here towards the front, you can see we've got a bit of a guest parking space there filled out. That's available for, if people come to visit. And as we come around the corner, you'll be able to see the 4 garage doors on the front of the house. These are scheduled as 10 by 10s, so there should be lots of room all the way across there. Plenty of room with the vehicle parked to get to all 4 doors. Really the whole idea and theme of this build is to just not have to worry about space anymore. We've lived in the city for a long time, and space is a premium, and that's just that's not the point when you get out here trying to take advantage of the reasonable dollar per square foot and enjoy the space. Another big feature you can see here is the large windows on the front of the house. We decided to do that because after pricing them out, they're actually not that unreasonable to do. And another big consideration is that this face of the house is actually northeast direction, so it won't get very much sunlight. It'll never get the really bright afternoon sun in Arizona. That's a big problem. And that's also our view of the mountain. We should have a really nice view, see the mountains, and see our two large natural saguaros that are already on the property there. As we fly in here, you can see we've got a nice sitting area here at the front of the house to again be able to enjoy those views and take advantage of all of that. So that's pretty much where we're at. The house is currently scheduled to be set back from the road about 50-60 feet, so everything should still be fairly private. Obviously, we'll have to come up with some additional privacy measures, preferably with landscaping and other more natural things to help with all those large windows. But beyond that, this is how it plans to go. We are looking forward to seeing what happens and taking you through the process. So if you're interested, please like and subscribe and follow along as we do what we're going to do here. Again, with the nice big flagpole here, we're hoping to get that installed, and we'll see how tall they let us make it.